Captain's Log. Hello, I'm Captain Vile. Good on you. You've made it to Friday. Now, long time? I wouldn't say long time. Well, actually, how many of these have I done? I number them. I'll get into that now, I suppose. One moment, just checking current Captain's Log. This is the 27th episode, so we've been going on for a little over half a year. Actually, I believe, last episode was half a year. So sure, long-time listeners will note that every now and then I have an episode where I put my 20-minute cooked pizza in the oven and then start recording and use the recording as a timer to know when my pizza's done. Now, that's not happening this time. I have eaten my dinner already. However, it is 32 minutes up until this episode has to go out. So we have somewhat of a timer. I mean, I have 10 minutes of leeway. But it's similar to those episodes where I have a time limit, and I'm somewhat like a radio host. The most I feel like a radio host who has to fit my rambling in this specific moment. But anyway, I number the episodes in my files. I keep every episode of every series we've recorded up until the finale of that series, and then I delete the entire thing to make room. However, I number it, and then not the title of the video, just like how I remember what video it is. So it would be one intro or whatever happens in the intro or whatnot. But I don't number them when I upload them. And that is a little peculiar. I'm now thinking about it because, well, it's a playthrough, and the only way to know what order they're in would be to go directly to the playlist. But I don't know. I suppose it's a lack of room. I don't want to have a number 1 in the thumbnail because the thumbnails are drawn, and I like to use all the space in the thumbnail for whatever bit or drawing it is. Same with the title. I like to have explanations on what happens in the videos, and sometimes those can go on a bit long. You would be surprised, especially if it's a game with a long title, you'd be surprised how quickly 100 characters fills up. So I don't put episode 1 or even just point 1 or just 1. But I do in the files, because I guess there's no... I don't know, I just keep those for my own personal log until I delete them to, say, make room for the next one. I'm not sure if people would like me to do it. No one's asked. No one has asked why I do it. No one has asked me to begin doing it. I don't know if I would if they asked. Because I want room in the... I think it would look weird having the drawn segment and then just a text, 1 in it. And I'd have to make a bunch of other assets for oh, it's 1, it's 2, it's 3, it's 4. It's convenient just to pull from, alright, here's this game's thumbnail, put it in, and then boom, done. And then whatever title I need, instead of episode 6. And they get kind of long, some episodes. I mean, it's typically 20 to 30 episodes a series. But Kingdom Hearts and Subnautica went on for plus 50. I don't know. I think I started doing it because I had heard... I think this is from Oni Plays. This might be wrong. I don't know when I heard it, but I heard it before I began the channel. And I will get into that. We're not at the anniversary, but the anniversary is this month. Anywho. I had heard that, if you don't number a Let's Play episode, it's likely to get more views, I think, which that's a crock, because look at my old Let's Play videos. No, they didn't do well. The channel really picked up after How Riddler is Riddler, and then I started doing some other stuff. Oh well. I mean, they're not really... I suppose it's fine. Anyone who watches the, like, series regularly will watch them when they come out, I assume. And anyone who wants to look back over previous series would do so, I hope, for their convenience, on the playlist. I do have a lot of playlists. Oh, well, I'll talk about some things I used to do on the channel that I don't anymore. I think part of the reason some videos didn't do well, I played, I didn't finish it, but I played through We Happy Few. It's one of the, that, like, never was the channel, what's it, trailer? It plays for me every time I go to my homepage. I don't know why. It's somewhat annoying, but whatever. I played We Happy, so early on in the channel, I used to give series joke names instead of what the actual names they were called. So, the first couple games, let's see. It went Hades, Halo, We Happy Few, Hitman 2, Spelunky, and the first game, well, actually the second. So Hades is Hades. We didn't finish it, we got 6 videos. 2 videos on Halo Infinite. And then We Happy Few, I named We Unhappy Lot. Hitman 2 was The Misadventures of Giggles the Clown, because I wore the clown outfit. Spelunky was Pain and Suffering the Game. Rain World was Rain World. Tales of Iron was Mouse Dark Souls. Battleblock Theater was Improvisational Theater with Death. Getting Over at Bennett Foddy, which we never finished, was Getting Over Printed Stork. Little Nightmares 2 was Small Child Scary World Game, number 6487. Darkest Dungeon was Darkest Dungeon. Cuphead's Very Stressful Adventure was Cuphead. And then I stopped doing joke video series names. Or, like, I put the actual name of the game in the title instead of, like, some bit. But I kind of wanted to bring that back. But, I mean, with the thumbnail being drawn, and sometimes drawn from memory, with a joke title that isn't the actual title of the game, it might be a bit unclear what it is. I mean, some people have said they think it's animations. Which is, I mean, the fact that I do animate stuff, that's for the confusion, I'd say. So I think I'll stick with just actual names of games. Speaking of animations, should I talk on... I'll look for the like, I'm just looking for my channel page now, community. 19 votes for the tomorrow's video, actually. Outdated if you're watching this any time that is not May 9th, 2025. Sorry. Anyway, for that vote for Arkham City, where we do only Riddler stuff. Now, there are some votes against doing only Riddler stuff, but 79% of people want to see only Riddler stuff for like 25 minutes. I mean, I'm not surprised with the channel I've cultivated. It's decently Riddler-centric. Oh well. Having some trouble sleeping of late. I'll talk about my week, not my channel. I believe I've talked about the casting call. Yeah, no, didn't really get any actors for that. Yeah, we're having trouble finding actors for that. I've spoken to some people I know in the acting course, and one of them was able to do it. But mainly the girl who wrote the script is finding a lot of actresses. Enough that we've had to change the genders of some of the characters, but I mean, it's not that important. They're like henchmen. Like, and I'm unnamed too. So it doesn't affect the script. Anywho. I want to talk about the Golden God animation. I've been going on about this for months, because I've been working on it for 5 months, because I'm working on it alone, and I've decided to add a fight scene, because I got bored of animating people talking. And surprise, surprise, the fight scene's taking a little while, because typically with my animations, My animation. Yeah, it's not. It's. What do you mean? PowerPoint presentation, huh? No, I add tweening every now and then. But I'm putting tweening on the fight scene because, well, it's a fight scene. But part of the reason it's taking so long is it's a oneer. I told my dad about this when we were talking about it. Because I was telling him about it because it was taking so damn long. It's something like out of John Wick. So, midway through it, there's a flashback on how Golden God is being, like, subdued to be trapped somewhere. That's what the animation is about. And he's fighting off 3 entire kingdoms. And it's when he gets subdued. So he's just fighting off the last resistance of the remaining soldiers. But it's something out of I've said that, John Wick, where he, like, cuts a guy's head off. I don't know if I want to go through it, but he just moves from left to right, but the camera never cuts to a different shot, so I have to in a devil of a time figuring out how to get him to move and not make it look weird, like move across the camera and have the camera move with him and have the background move because it, like, scrolls. But oh well. It's an ambitious project. Although it's something of the start of another project. I would like to make more animations on the channel. I think I've talked about them before, Diamond Eye and Kevin. I don't know if I talked about what their animation is about, but it's like the more I work on the script for it, the more I realize it might be better. I want to do several series of animations. That is to say, like, here is Episode 1, Episode 2, Episode 3 for this show. Episode 1, Episode 2, Episode 3 for this show. However, I realize I'm not going to be able to do that, so I'm just going to have to do, like, this. I think I'll have to be, this is what gets animated. It's not a show, it's a one-off special, but in the same continuity. So Diamond Eye and Kevin is a show about 2 criminals named Diamond Eye and Kevin. Diamond Eye isn't his actual name, that's his alias. No one knows what his actual name is. And that makes him sound mysterious. He's not mysterious, he's the dumbass. But it is about a gambler who uses all of his luck getting to the casino is basically his premise. But basically, what happens in this is they owe the mob $10,000 and have to get out of Vegas before the mob kills them. And then they join forces with this Johnny Bravo guy to kill the mob. And then they fight a gorilla. But that's filler. I had because it was originally a series, and now I'm like, oh, well, I'm just gonna pivot to being like, longer animated special. I had the idea that every 3rd episode of Diamond Eye and Kevin, they fight an animal. Like, they're running from hitmen, and then they hide in the zoo, and then they, like, fight chimps, and then they go back to running from hitmen. In, like, the 4th episode. But the 3rd episode is them in the zoo. And then another one, they're running from the police, they hide in the woods, they fight a bear or something, and then they go back, and it's just the 3rd episode is they fight animals. It's a comedic series, if you couldn't tell. But the other one was an animated series about mine and Simi's war, but, like, our fictional avatars in the war. So Captain Vile has, like, tech trying to kill Simi, and Simi has, like, magic trying to kill Captain. And it's just focusing on several plans. And it was originally going to be a season thing of Captain Vile attacking Simi Season 1, Simi attacking Captain Vile Season 2. But now I've changed it to be animated specials that focus on one plan Captain has and Simi defending against the plan, or the effects of Captain's plan backfiring on him as he's being attacked by Simi, or something like that. I'll have to change it now. But anyway, this all explanation, like I said earlier, I'm so rambling, because this is, I forgot what time it was, and I couldn't formulate any ideas. This is all off the cusp, if you couldn't tell. So I'm going to have to make less animations than I wanted to, and the animations I will make are going to be further apart than I want them to be. But there will be yearly animations for like the New Year's animations will come out, absolutely, and then this Golden God animation. And I will either work on the War of the Violent and Simians animation or Diamond Eye and Kevin's animation. I've already started working on Diamond Eye and Kevin's animation, so I might go ahead with that, just because, I don't know, it'd be nice to get more channel characters. Like, we've got Golden God, there's one in the Golden God animation. I've mentioned that before, but I'm, like, whatever. I'm trying to keep it very hush-hush. I'm not I will no longer be hush-hush about Diamond Eye and Kevin, though, because I have so much concept art and ideas for them, I really like them. But, like, they're so far away from being completed that I don't know. And that one is one that's going to need music. The War of Violence and Simians can have classical music playing during certain segments. The Golden God animation doesn't need music because it would be more visceral. But Diamond Eye and Kevin is going to need... Its major soundtrack is either going to be jazz or early 2000s white girl music. It's gonna have early 2000s white girl music no matter what. Like, there's some car chases where they're playing, like, California Girls or something. I don't know. But I also just feel like jazz would be good for the character. I don't know. Yeah, I will. You know what? When I am done with the Golden God animation, I'm going to begin preparations and storyboards for the New Year's animation. Because I have to have that done, and we're already gone through half the year. I mean, I can get the New Year's animation done. I did the last one in 2 months. This Golden God one's taken a while, mainly for, like, motivation. But the New Year's, I don't know. But I want to have Diamond Eye and Kevin out in 2026 at the latest. I want you guys should hold me to that. If, like, when 2026 comes, you guys better, like, spam in the comments, alright, Captain, you had better have something for Diamond Eye and Kevin done. Alright, something. Maybe I'll release their character designs, just so you guys know what you're not receiving, because I'm busy. Whatever. They've been described by my mother as stylistically grotesque. I mean, she hasn't seen Kevin. Mainly D. Diamond Eye. D from Diamond Eye, or Diamond E from I, D, is what he's called, typically. Oh, well. That's in, like, a year. Just don't have to worry about it. Big things coming in big amounts of time. Thank you for watching, and good vinyl.
Stay tuned to Gotham FM.